What if those brown patches spreading across your face after 60 are not signs of old age, but urgent distress signals your body has been screaming at you for years and nobody ever told you the truth? What if I told you that science has now proven, beyond any doubt, that the color of your skin after 60 is not written in your genetics, not sealed by your age, and not permanent? What if the very patches you've been hiding under foundation, under scarves, under embarrassment, are actually your body's last desperate attempt to communicate with you? Most people look in the mirror and accept what they see. They say, I'm getting old, this is normal. But normal and inevitable are two completely different things. And the difference between those two words could change the rest of your life. Because somewhere in the world right now, scientists are sitting in laboratories watching skin cells reverse their age, watching brown patches fade, watching human biology rewrite itself, simply because of what a person ate for breakfast. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share will permanently change how you see your face, your food, and your future. What if everything you believed about aging skin was completely, scientifically, dangerously wrong? What if those brown patches that started appearing on your cheeks, your forehead, the back of your hands, what if they weren't just cosmetic problems, weren't just part of getting older, but were actually your body sending you the most important biological message it has ever sent you in your entire life? And what if the moment you finally understood that message, everything could change? I want you to stop for a moment. Stop scrolling. Stop dismissing. Stop accepting. Because what science has uncovered about skin aging after 60 is so profound, so deeply connected to what is happening inside your body right now, that the moment you understand it, you will never look at your face the same way again. Let's begin with the truth that no one tells you. Those brown patches, those flat, darkened areas appearing on your skin after 60, they are not caused by time. Time does not stain your skin. Time does not cluster melanin into uneven patches across your cheeks and temples. Something else does that. Something that is happening right now, deep inside your cells, inside your blood vessels, inside the invisible ecosystem of your gut, and it is something that you have enormous power to change. The medical world calls these patches solar lentigines. They call them age spots. They call them liver spots, which is fascinating because they have absolutely nothing to do with your liver. But what they rarely tell you is why they form. And the why is where your power lives. Here is what is actually happening inside your skin when these patches appear. Your skin contains specialized cells called melanocytes. These cells produce melanin, the pigment that gives your skin its color, and more importantly, its protection against ultraviolet damage. In a young, healthy body with a well-functioning internal defense system, melanocytes distribute melanin evenly, smoothly, beautifully. But when your body enters a state of chronic oxidative stress, when free radicals are overwhelming your antioxidant defenses, something goes wrong. Melanocytes begin to malfunction. They cluster. They overproduce. They deposit melanin in concentrated patches rather than distributing it evenly. And the result is those dark, flat spots staring back at you in the mirror every morning. But here is what will shock you. That oxidative stress, the root cause of those patches, is not just a skin problem, it is a whole body crisis. It means the same inflammatory damage that is painting brown patches on your face is simultaneously affecting your blood vessels, your brain cells, your heart tissue, your joints. Your face is not aging independently. Your face is a biological report card, and those brown patches are your body's way of saying, we have a serious internal problem and we need you to pay attention right now. Now let's talk about something that will genuinely astonish you. Inside your body right now, regardless of your age, regardless of how many years those patches have been sitting on your skin, there is a system called angiogenesis. This is the process by which your body grows new blood vessels, and this system is directly connected to how your skin heals, regenerates, and repairs itself. When angiogenesis is working properly, your skin receives rich oxygenated blood flow. Nutrients reach damaged cells. Repair happens, regeneration happens. But when angiogenesis is dysregulated, when it is either too active or not active enough, healing stops, damage accumulates. And those brown patches not only appear, they deepen, they spread, they multiply. What activates this regeneration system? What can wake it up after years of dysfunction? Food. Not surgery, not expensive laser treatments, not chemical peels that strip your skin and leave it vulnerable. Food, specific scientifically identified foods that carry molecules so powerful they can actually communicate with your cells at the genetic level. Foods that carry polyphenols, flavonoids, anthocyanins, and sulforaphane compounds that literally switch on your body's own healing programs. Consider this: blueberries, something so small, so ordinary, something sitting in your grocery store right now for almost nothing. Blueberries contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidant compounds that cross into your bloodstream within hours of consumption and begin neutralizing the very free radicals that trigger melanocyte malfunction. Studies have shown that regular consumption of anthocyanin-rich foods reduces oxidative stress markers in the skin by measurable, significant amounts. Your brown patches are not fading because of luck. They fade because the biological cause of their formation is being directly addressed at the molecular level. Consider green tea. The catechins in green tea, particularly a compound called EGCG, have been shown in peer-reviewed studies to inhibit the enzyme tyrosinase, which is the primary enzyme responsible for melanin production. When you reduce tyrosinase activity, you reduce the overproduction of melanin. You address the problem not from the outside in, but from the inside out. This is not skincare, this is cellular medicine. Consider tomatoes. Cooked tomatoes release lycopene, a carotenoid compound that absorbs into skin tissue and provides what researchers describe as an internal sunscreen effect. Lycopene reduces the oxidative damage caused by UV radiation, the same UV radiation that triggered your melanocytes to malfunction in the first place. Every serving of cooked tomato is building a biological shield inside your skin that no sunscreen can replicate because it works at the cellular level. But now I want to tell you something that goes even deeper, something about stem cells that will completely reframe how you think about aging after 60. Most people believe that after a certain age, your body simply stops regenerating, that the repair mechanisms shut down, that what you have is what you get. This belief is not just incorrect, it is biologically false. Your body maintains populations of stem cells throughout your entire life. These are undifferentiated cells, master cells, that have the extraordinary ability to become whatever type of cell your body needs most. Skin stem cells, collagen-producing cells, blood vessel cells. The capacity for regeneration does not disappear after 60, but it does get suppressed. What suppresses it? Chronic inflammation, poor gut health, nutritional deficiency, processed food, chronic stress, sugar, the very lifestyle patterns that most people over 60 have accumulated over decades. And what reactivates it? Omega-3 fatty acids from sources like wild salmon, sardines, flax seeds, and walnuts. These essential fats reduce the inflammatory signaling molecules called cytokines that suppress stem cell activity. When inflammation decreases, stem cells awaken. When stem cells awaken in your skin, collagen production increases, barrier function improves, melanocyte regulation normalizes, and the appearance of brown patches begins to change in ways that feel almost miraculous but are entirely, beautifully scientific. Now I must speak to you about your gut, because if you have brown patches on your face after 60, your gut is speaking just as loudly as your skin, and you must learn to listen to both. Your gut is home to trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic life forms that collectively form your microbiome. This microbiome is not just responsible for digestion, it is a master regulator of your immune system, your inflammation levels, your hormone balance, and, this will surprise you, your skin health. Scientists now call the connection between gut health and skin health the gut-skin axis, and the research coming out of this field is extraordinary. When your gut microbiome is disrupted, when beneficial bacteria are outnumbered by harmful ones due to years of antibiotics, processed food, sugar, and stress, inflammatory signals flood your bloodstream. These signals reach your skin. They trigger oxidative stress. They stimulate melanocyte overproduction. They accelerate every process that creates and deepens those brown patches on your face. Fermented foods, kimchi, kefir, yogurt, sauerkraut, kombucha, contain live beneficial bacteria that actively restore microbiome balance. When you feed your gut these organisms consistently, the inflammatory cascade that is aging your skin from the inside begins to quiet down. The gut-skin axis begins to work in your favor instead of against you. This is why people who eat traditional diets rich in fermented foods often have remarkably clear, even skin well into their 70s and 80s, while people eating processed Western diets develop accelerated pigmentation and visible aging decades earlier. Now, I want to speak to you about something called epigenetics, because this concept holds the most powerful and hopeful message of everything I'm sharing with you today. For most of human history, we believed that our DNA was fixed, that what was written in our genes at birth would determine everything, including how we age, when we develop disease, and what our skin looks like at 60, 70, 80. We believed we were prisoners of our genetic code. That belief is now scientifically obsolete. Epigenetics is the study of how gene expression, not the genes themselves, but which genes are turned on and which are turned off, is influenced by lifestyle, environment, and nutrition. Your DNA is not a sentence, it is a library. And what you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, and how you move your body determines which chapters of that library are being read right now. Researchers have identified specific epigenetic switches, called methylation patterns, that control the genes responsible for inflammation, for antioxidant production, for stem cell activation, and for melanin regulation. And they have shown that certain foods and lifestyle practices can literally reprogram these switches. Broccoli sprouts, containing the compound sulforaphane, have been shown to activate over 200 genes involved in cellular protection and repair. Dark leafy greens containing folate directly influence DNA methylation patterns that govern aging processes. This means that the brown patches on your face after 60 are not the final chapter. They are a chapter that can be rewritten, not metaphorically, but literally at the molecular level of your own DNA. Think about what this means for you personally. Think about the morning you looked in the mirror and felt defeated. Think about the times you avoided photographs. Think about the moments you felt your body had betrayed you, that aging was something being done to you, something outside your control. I want you to understand, with every cell in your body, that those moments were based on incomplete information. Science has moved forward. The understanding of human biology has moved forward, and you deserve to move forward with it. But I also want to speak honestly about something that many people in this conversation overlook, because healing, real healing, requires more than food alone. Sleep is when your skin does the majority of its cellular repair. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, which stimulates collagen synthesis, activates stem cells, and reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that accelerates skin aging. Studies show that people who consistently sleep less than 6 hours per night show significantly higher rates of epidermal water loss, impaired barrier function, and accelerated pigmentation changes compared to those who sleep 7 to 9 hours. Every hour of quality sleep you protect is an hour your skin spends repairing the damage that created those brown patches in the first place. Stress management is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which suppresses immune function, increases inflammation, disrupts gut bacteria, promotes insulin resistance, and directly accelerates skin aging through a process called telomere shortening. Your telomeres are the protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes. They are essentially your biological age clock. Every time a cell divides, telomeres shorten slightly, but chronic stress accelerates this shortening dramatically, aging you at the cellular level far faster than calendar years alone would. Meditation, deep breathing, time in nature, meaningful social connection, these are not suggestions. They are anti-aging interventions with measurable biological effects. Movement, particularly walking, swimming, yoga, and resistance training, increases circulation to the skin, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing metabolic waste products. Exercise has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers, increase antioxidant enzyme production, stimulate the release of BDNF and IGF-1, growth factors that support cellular repair throughout the body, including in the skin. People who exercise consistently in their 60s and 70s show skin biopsies that look decades younger than their sedentary counterparts. Not younger looking skin, biologically, structurally, microscopically younger skin. And hydration, water is so fundamental, so basic, so often dismissed, yet dehydration accelerates every single aging process happening in your skin. Water is the medium through which nutrients enter cells and waste exits them. It maintains the turgor and elasticity of skin tissue. It supports kidney function, which determines how efficiently toxins are removed from your body. 8 to 10 glasses of clean water daily is not a wellness suggestion. It is a cellular requirement for anyone serious about reversing visible skin aging. Now, I want to bring all of this together into a single, powerful understanding. Your brown patches after 60 are a message. They are your body's urgent, visible communication that something internal needs your attention. They are the result of accumulated oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, gut imbalance, epigenetic drift, and lifestyle patterns that have been slowly, silently aging you from the inside. And they are reversible, not through acceptance of defeat, not through expensive medical interventions that address only the surface, but through the extraordinary, scientifically validated power of your own biology when given the right conditions to heal. You are not too old. 60 is not the end of regeneration. 70 is not the end of cellular repair. 80 is not the end of biological possibility. The science does not say that. The science says something far more extraordinary, that the human body, when properly nourished, properly rested, properly supported through stress reduction and movement and community and purpose, continues to heal, to regenerate, to restore itself in ways that would have seemed like science fiction even 20 years ago. The person looking back at you in the mirror is not a finished product. They are a living, breathing, continuously changing biological system, and you hold enormous influence over which direction that change goes. Feed your melanocytes the antioxidants they need to stop malfunctioning. Feed your stem cells the omega-3s and polyphenols they need to reawaken. Feed your gut the fermented foods and fiber it needs to quiet the inflammatory signals that are aging your skin from within. Reprogram your epigenetic switches with sulforaphane and folate and the 1,000 other bioactive compounds that nature placed in real, whole, colorful food. Sleep deeply, move joyfully, breathe intentionally, drink water abundantly, and watch always with patience and consistency and the quiet confidence of someone who finally understands their own biology. Watch what your body is capable of when you stop working against it and begin working with it. Those brown patches are not a death sentence. They are not a surrender. They are not the inevitable conclusion of a life well lived. They are a beginning, the beginning of the most informed, most empowered, most biologically conscious chapter of your life, if you choose to see them that way. And I believe that you will. The truth is simple and it is powerful, and it belongs to you now. Your skin after 60 is not the victim of time. It is the product of information. Every brown patch, every uneven tone, every sign of accelerated aging is biological data. Data that tells you precisely what your body has been missing, what it has been suffering, and what it is capable of recovering when given the right support. Science has proven that oxidative stress causes melanocyte malfunction. Science has proven that specific foods reverse that oxidative stress. Science has proven that stem cells remain active throughout your life. Science has proven that your gut microbiome directly influences your skin. Science has proven that epigenetic switches can be reprogrammed through lifestyle and nutrition. You now know what most people never learn. And knowledge, real, actionable, science-backed knowledge is the most powerful anti-aging tool that has ever existed. Your face is not your enemy. Your body is not your enemy. Time is not your enemy. Ignorance was the only enemy, and today you have defeated it.